What's going on, fellow vets? Brian Reese here, the VA Claims Insider, coming at you live from Austin, Texas. And in this video, I'm sharing at what age does your VA disability rating become permanent? Okay, this is a very, very important topic for many vets because they want to know, when does the VA stop looking? Okay, when am I exempt, okay, from something like a rating reduction? Okay, so I'm going to talk about that in detail. Again, Brian Reese here, United States Air Force disabled vet. I served from 03 to 2012. Okay, I separated in October of 2012. And I'm the founder of VA Claims Insider, the #1 most trusted name in VA disability claims. You need some free help. Check out our incredible website at vaclaimsinsider.com. Quick disclaimer: I am not an accredited agent. I'm not a VSO. I'm not an attorney. I have nothing to do with the VA. Okay. Everything we talk about today is for informational and educational purposes only and should not be substituted for the medical advice from a doctor or a healthcare provider or the legal advice of a VA accredited attorney. VA Claims Insider LLC makes no guarantee of results by using this video, our website, or our services, and your individual results may vary. Want a VA rating increase? This is what we do our day, all day. Okay. We help veterans get the VA disability rating and compensation you deserve. Okay. 25,000 plus veterans helped since 2016. When you join our premier education based coaching and consulting program today, it's called VA Claims Insider Elite. You can start for free. You are going to connect with a VA claim expert in a matter of minutes. In fact, in 15 minutes or less to set up your initial strategy call. And we can also help you get Nexus letters to help you prove service connection and or win previously denied claims at members only rates. Okay, 60 to 70% off the normal price. Start for free right here, right now at vaclaimsinsider.com. Okay, when does a VA disability rating become permanent? Well, here's the short answer. Okay, it has nothing to do with your age. Okay, there's this myth out there that when I hit a certain age, everything's permanent. Okay, that's false. Age and permanence are mutually exclusive, meaning they go like this, they don't matter. Okay, age is not necessarily a determining factor in whether or not your disability becomes permanent. Okay, Brian, well, what is? Well, here's what is. The VA rater is going to determine permanence of a VA disability if and when it is reasonably certain based upon medical evidence. Okay, what's the #1 reason why VA claims get denied? Lack of medical evidence. When it's reasonably certain based upon your medical evidence that your level of impairment, that means your symptoms and how those symptoms are limiting your work, your life, your social functioning, will continue for the rest of your life. Okay. That's what determines permanence. It's the severity of your disability, not necessarily your age. Okay. At what age does VA disability become permanent? Again, there's no set age of when a VA disability becomes permanent. The VA rater determines permanence based upon level of impairment and the reasonable certainty that it'll continue for the rest of your life. Again, it doesn't matter if you're 35 years old, 75 years old. That doesn't necessarily affect permanence. Let's define some key terms. These are super important to know. Okay. If you know nothing else about the VA disability system, this is an important one to know, gang. And we're going to define them so you know exactly what they mean. Static, permanent, total, and permanent and total, because they all mean different things. Okay. Clear as mud, but I'm going to make it simple for you. How do I know if my VA disability is static? Okay. Remember, that's the first term we're going to define. Static. What does it mean? Your disability may or may not be static. Okay. The only way you're going to know is by getting a copy of your code sheet. Okay. Which I'll talk about here in a minute. A static VA disability is a disability that's considered permanent by its nature, history, and severity. Okay, that's clear as mud, Brian. So let's keep defining. A static disability is considered permanent. Remember, we defined permanent. It's unlikely to improve over the course of your life. A static disability is therefore determined permanent, meaning the disability is not going to get better, okay, with time. And if it's considered static, it's not subject to what's called an RFE, a routine future examination. Okay, it means the VA is not going to reevaluate you if your disability is static. The only way you're going to know if you have static disabilities or not is to get a copy of your VA rating code sheet. Okay. The easiest and fastest way to get a copy of your VA rating code sheet is to ask your accredited VSO to download a copy from the Veteran Benefits Management System, okay, VBMS. I mean, only accredited representatives and VA personnel have access to VBMS. Okay, but that's the easiest and fastest way to know if your disabilities are static. What is a permanent VA disability? A permanent VA disability exists when it's reasonably certain, based upon the medical evidence, that the level of impairment will continue for the rest of your life. Okay, we've hit this a couple of times, but I want to bang it in your cranium. Okay, this means that your disability is not going to improve with time. Okay, it might get worse, it might stay the same, but it's not going to get better. Okay, now if you have a permanent disability, it's going to be assigned a permanent evaluation without the need for a routine future examination. Okay, again, a permanent disability is going to be considered static, not likely to improve. Okay, now here's a pro tip, because a lot of vets think that, the VA is just up there, investigating files, and they're looking to screw veterans, and they're looking to, reevaluate your ratings and reduce your ratings. That's false. Okay. It's false. It's not true. Pro tip, it is VA policy. It's written into their manuals that the raters should only schedule routine future examinations when absolutely necessary, and every effort should be made to limit cases where RFEs are required. Why? They're trying to help you out. Okay. It's also a huge time suck of resources on the system if they're constantly checking in to veterans' disability claims, especially folks with existing ratings. Okay. What is a total VA disability? A total VA disability exists when there is any impairment of mind or body which renders it impossible for the average person to follow a substantially gainful occupation. What a mouthful. Okay. This means that it's unlikely, okay, that you are going to be able to work. Okay. And this doesn't mean you can't work. It just means that if you have a total disability, it's unlikely to follow a substantially gainful occupation. Substantially gainful occupation is defined as about the poverty line, okay, for the family of 4 by the Department of Labor. But again, keep in mind that a total disability may or may not be permanent. And also keep in mind that just because you have a total disability, it does not mean you can't work. Okay. Maybe you have a 6-figure income and you're P&T. That's fine. P&T status has nothing to do with your work. Okay. Which I'm going to get to in a minute. Now, here's something important about total disability is you might have a temporary total disability. Okay. So for example, you had a total knee replacement. Okay, well, you're going to get a temporary 100% rating, and eventually that's going to be reduced. So you can have a temp total rating. Now, you can also have a permanent disability that's rated less than 100%. So, for example, maybe you have service-connected post-traumatic stress disorder, and it's been rated at 70% for the past 12 years. It's static, it's permanent, it's not going to improve, but that's not necessarily total. Okay, it's a permanent disability that's rated less than 100%. Okay, now let's get to the holy grail. You can also be both permanent and total 100% P&T. Let's talk about that. What the heck, Brian, is 100% permanent and total VA disability? Well, it's right out of law, gang. 38 CFR 3.340. Total and permanent disability rating exists when your level of impairment is reasonably certain to continue throughout the life of the disabled person. That's you. Okay. Remember, we talked about permanence. This is the most common reason why the VA grants P&T status. Okay. Now, here's something really important. Okay. Your age may be considered in determining permanence. It's the only time in the VA disability system where the VA can consider your age. Now, just because you're young doesn't mean you're not going to get P&T status. Just because you're old doesn't mean you're gonna or not going to get P&T status. All it means is the VA can consider it. Okay, that is super important. Let's put it all together. How do I get 100% permanent and total VA rating? Well, guess what? If the VA rater doesn't automatically grant it, guess what? You can apply for it. Okay. If you're 100% scheduler, meaning you have 100% VA rating, but it's not considered P&T, here's a simple 4-step process you can follow to potentially get it added. Step number 1, open up a new claim on va.gov. Okay. And add a new disability called request for permanent and total disability status. Okay, now you're going to want to have in step 2, medical evidence. The best thing you can do here, okay, is not only have medical evidence that shows that your disability hasn't improved over time, it's also helpful to get your treating physician or other private medical professional to write a letter on your behalf explaining that your disabilities are total, permanent, and unlikely to improve over your life. Okay. Now you need some help getting a 100% P&T request letter. We can help. Okay. You can start free with VA Claims Insider Elite at vaclaimsinsider.com. We can potentially connect you with independent medical providers who will review your file and write a P&T letter for you. Okay. Finally, in step number 4, I think you should write a personal statement talking about how your disabilities are static and not subject to a routine future examination. They haven't improved over time. Okay, what should you say? Well, write something like, hey, my GERD has been rated at 60%, the highest rating by law for the last 15 years, and it hasn't gotten better. So it should be considered static, permanent. Okay, it's not going to improve over the course of your life. Just say it in plain English to the rater so they can understand what you're trying to do. Okay, that's it. And then you file the claim and you wait. Do you deserve a higher VA disability rating? If you are stuck, if you're frustrated, if you're underrated, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, okay, you're sick and tired of the VA punching you in the face and you feeling like you have no recourse, guess what? You do. Okay. This ain't ever over unless you quit. And I'm telling you, they're banking on you quitting. Okay. The system is banking on you quitting. And I'm telling you right now, we ain't going to let you quit. Okay. We ain't going to let you quit. We are going to pick you up off the ground. We're going to fight with you. Okay. We're going to get you back in the ring so you swing again. You're going to get a little bloody. We're going to get a little sweaty, but we ain't never going to quit. Okay. That's the important piece. We are not going to quit. And I will not rest. I will not sleep until every single veteran alive in the world today has the benefits that they've earned for wearing the uniform of our country. Because you stood up to defend freedom, vets, and you deserve this. We exist for you and because of you. Start free right now. vaclaimsinsider.com. Free ebook, my #1 Amazon bestseller. You deserve it. The definitive guide to getting the veteran benefits you've earned is yours right here, right now, for free. Sure, you can go to Amazon and buy it. You're welcome to do that. Or you can download it right here, right now, for free. All you got to do is get out your mobile device. And you are going to send the text message Insider Life, all caps, Insider Life, to the number 678 506 7543. And once you send that text Insider Life to that number, you're going to get a message back from me that says, hey, it's Brian. Send me your best email address so I know where to send your free book. Reply to my message with your email address. Don't worry, I'm not going to spam you. This is just for me to send you the book. Okay. And boom, in about 5 to 10 minutes after I get your email address, this thing is going to be sitting in your inbox. Okay. It's about 380 pages of solid gold that's for you, for free. Fellow vets, thank you for your service. Thank you for your sacrifice. May God bless you and your family. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for serving our great country. Talk to you soon.